Okay, we're recording. So, welcome again, Wednesday night training for life coaches or those who want to be a coach. Tonight, we're going to jump deep into the words that sell. Words that sell. And I am going to do this from my, hopefully from my computer here. And guys, give me 1 second. I know you can't see what I'm saying. Okay, here we go. Let's get back to Zoom. All right, so I'm gonna try to share my screen, guys, if you will, and then I'm gonna mute everybody. Can you see my screen? Can you see
Yes.
Secret Words to Selling Coaching? Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so I'm going to, in fact, I don't want to mute you guys. If you can see on your phone how to mute, if you'll mute yourself. If you can't, then I can, but I'd really rather be able to. Thanks, Waylon. Thanks, Wendy. Virginia.
I hadn't found it.
Okay, I just muted you. You're good. I got you on my end. So I may open this back up there as people come on board because I really, really want some feedback. So we are recording this for our coaches. This will be in the back office soon. It'll be on our YouTube page. But really, let's try to grab something out of it tonight. I'm going to share with you something. I want you to grab a hold of one thing tonight. There's a great book by Andy Stanley, which is Charles Stanley's son, and it's called something about communication. I don't remember the title, but the whole point of it was bring 1 point. If you're preaching, if you're teaching, bring 1 point so people can hold on. Your 1 point tonight is words control emotions. Words control emotions. And so the secret words to sell coaching or anything else really goes back to the words you use. And we're going to talk about that this evening. And I'm going to share with you what we do here to sell coaching and what we do here to sell everything else. And so words have power. I want you to grab a hold of that. We know this, those who are Christians, we know that the Bible talks about this a lot. There's power, life, and death in the tongue, etc. Everyone is looking for the magic words. And what I mean by that is, let me just show you real quick. This is funny since we're sitting here. Okay, here's one book. If you can see me. Y'all can see me too, right? I'm hoping so. So this is one book, Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar. Now, Zig Ziglar is he's the oldie but goodie. I mean, you can never go wrong. Look how thick this book is. This book is 630-something pages of stories and words and closes and just a great, great book. Because people are looking for those magic words. People are looking for what they can use, what they can say, and for some reason I'm losing. Hold on. Okay, I'm just figuring out this Zoom. Here we go. So the secret words to selling coaching, how to apply them. So and here's the thing I want you to grab a hold of. A lot of this goes back to when you think about a word. What does that word mean? What does that word mean to you? What does it mean to other people? So, and here, Closing Secrets. There's a book, a great gentleman named Ben Gay. He had the Closer's Bible. I remember reading this back in the 90s. The Closer's Bible 1 and 2. Lost Touch. I don't know where the books are. Great books. And then I found Ben on social media, and me and Ben have communicated some. But it's all about how to close. Grant Cardone has a book on how to close the deal. All these books on how to close. And, learn the 100 closes so you can close like a Chick-fil-A on Sunday. How to close a deal. And so there are $20 books. Let me share with you a thought. This actually come from a guy named Jason Flatian. He said, you can buy Zig Ziglar's book for $20. And you can learn a lot. The problem is people read it, they buy it, they read it, and they do nothing with it because they have a $20 investment. You can go to a seminar. They'll teach you the very same stuff, but they're going to charge you $1,000. You can get software training. Grant Cardone does it. You can pay $20,000, $25,000 a year. It's the same material that you're going to get free on this webinar tonight. Now, I'm not going to cover everything that you can say linguistically, all of your words, but we are going to cover it, and we're going to have fun. So if I can figure this slide deck out. Guys, I'm having a tough time here with this. Here we go. So magic words works. I should say work. But each word has a different meaning. But we know what a but is. B-U-T-T. You say it and all the kids laugh. Ha, ha, ha. They said but. You know, over in England, bum means the same thing. But what if you change it to another word? ASS. Same meaning. But all of a sudden, it has a different meaning for that person. So hear kids say but, it's funny. Ha, ha, ha. They say something else, they might get in trouble. So let's look at another word. Fight. Struggle, war. Fight, struggle, war. How about this? Pro-choice, pro-death, abortion. These are words that start, see what we're doing here, we're getting some meaning behind these words. Pro-choice is a choice. Pro-death, that's a stronger, abortion. For some people, they have little meaning. For some people, they have a deep emotional meaning. For me, they do. I'm definitely pro-life. But anyway, you are, you're not. That's okay. You know, I'm not here to preach on that tonight. I'm here to share with you words have a meaning. So let's look in the business world. Investment or cost. So when I'm talking to someone about coaching, I don't want to say that, and sometimes it'll slip up. I don't want to say your cost is $5,000 or your cost is $1,500 a month. The coaching program that we're offering at this point, the lowest fee is it's $1,500 a month. But I don't want to say to the person, your cost is $1,500 a month, because what cost us? People, oh, what's this going to cost me? What's this going to cost me? That word has a negative connotation. Now we talk about investment. Your investment, because they're investing in themselves when they invest in coaching. But the word investment has a different connotation. Does that make sense? Yeah, just it means something different to the person. So there's universal language. Now this is number one. So number one, write this down, universal language. Use language that universally attracts or repels. That's not the point of the class. We're going to take just a moment. But I want you to listen to me. Those who are going coaching, those who are doing coaching sessions, those who are selling anything, you need to record your phone calls. There's a great app on my phone. I use it every day, so let me just make sure. Tape a call. So tape a call is pretty cool. When you open it up, you can see big red button. Click big red button. It'll call a number. When you call, you can then add another call. The beautiful part of this is with tape a call, I can go back and I can listen to all of my recordings. There's my recordings for today. So I can go back and listen to them. If something went crazy, wow, what did I say? Something went great. What happened? And so you want to go back and listen, record your calls. If you're going to meet with somebody, say, hey, can you mind if I record this? That might be a little weird, but if you're coaching with them, definitely want to record it, because it's not just about you're selling them the coaching. It's what you say and what you do through the coaching process. Every single word matters to the inner ear. I want you to grab a hold of this, the inner ear of the prospect. Number two, pick personal language. Now, this is the point of this call tonight. We see in pictures, not words. We see in pictures. Everyone of you listening, I want you to do something. If you're listening to me live, you're watching this on a recording, I want you to stop. Don't even look at the screen for just a second. I want you to think about your first car, your first vehicle. Can y'all do that? Think about your first vehicle. Now, for me, well, I had a couple. I must say a couple first. I can't have more than one first, but I really had a few before I ever got my driver's license. But my first car, it was a yellow, with my driver's license, was a yellow 1979 Mustang. Now, Mustang to me denotes power and fast. This was a 4-cylinder, 4-speed that was pale. Interior was ripped up. It was a $400 car, and it wasn't worth $400. I overpaid at $400. But that's my point. But I can see it. See, I didn't see the word Mustang. I didn't see Ford. I saw the car. See, we see in pictures, we don't see in words. If I said to any of you, explain to me what your living room furniture, tell me about your living room furniture. You don't see the word recliner. You don't see the word couch. You see it. So we see in pictures, not words. Those pictures hold emotion. That $400 ugly, ugly, ugly Mustang holds an emotion to me because it was my first car. It holds emotion to me because I worked for that $400. It holds emotion for me because my father and me worked on it and worked on it and worked on it because you had to work on it because it broke down all the time. So it holds an emotion. So when we explain emotions with words, okay? So we see a picture, it brings an emotion, and then we explain that emotion with words. This making sense? Okay? And every word has a certain amount of emotion for a person. We'll give you an example. If I were to say, let's go back to something, let's go back to the abortion issue. I mean, listen, I don't hold no apologies for my beliefs. Listen, so if I said pro-choice, for some people, they're strong on that. Some people don't care. I say abortion, I say murder, I say genocide. Well, those words mean different things. But I can see, I don't just use the word, I can see what that word means to me. Now, if I'm talking about selling somebody, I'm helping somebody, we're talking about marriage, we're talking about divorce, we're talking about selling somebody a coaching program, we're talking about better health. Those words have meaning. Regina, I know you've overcome cancer. So to you, the word cancer is going to have a different meaning than somebody that never has. I lost my mother to cancer. So it has a meaning for me too. But those words that your client's using are going to be key for you to help them. So we're going to talk about personal language, personal words. Now, there was a doctor and a wonderful man years ago, got involved in a network marketing company with me. Who's a medical doctor, but he answered an advertisement, and we got talking. And so those in network marketing, I'm going to tell you, you never know who you're going to attract, so just go for everyone. But this was a medical doctor, and I love Dr. Bernie, but Dr. Bernie would say, good, good, good. If he was excited about something, if he saw something he liked, and he would look at it, he'd squint his eyes a little bit, he would go, good, 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 good. He'd say it 100 times if he was excited. If he was questioned, he'd sit back, he'd do his fingers like this. So when I saw something, I could literally say, Dr. Bernie, this is good. This part's really good. And I may not say it's good, good, good like he did, but I would use that word, usually in a series of 3, just like he did. Why? Because when he saw something that was good, good, good to him, he knew how that made him feel. So there's an emotion attached to those words. We have to look at the words that people use. Are you with me? Okay. So my father had certain words that he would say when he was excited about something. And so would my sister had certain words that she would say. When you're with somebody enough, you learn their words. So you must ask questions. If you're taking notes, guys, this is where you take notes. You must ask questions that allow them to talk. If you're always doing the talking, then it's hard to grab a hold of those words. But I ask questions that allow them to talk. Words have meaning to them below their conscious mind, but it's unconscious. Now, that's why I said I couldn't go back to Dr. Bernie and say, this is good, good, good. They'd be like, wait, what's up with that? His conscious mind would be like, why is he repeating me? Why is he matching and mirroring my words? But you can use it in conversational style. So I'm going to jump in here with this paperback book. Go to Amazon. I don't know, 10, 15 bucks, 12 bucks. I think it was $12, including shipping. Go to Amazon and pick up this pick up this book. Words that sell. Then he's got a words that sell, more words that sell. There's phrases that sell. Let me tell you this book is amazing. Now, maybe you're not out there writing ads. Maybe you're not doing, but if you'll pick this book up and here's the thing about the book. It's not like a book of 300 pages and it's talking and teaching. It's just words that sell. Great advertisers, great copywriters, they use this. Now, the reason I want you to see this is because this is literally universal words. This isn't somebody. If you're writing an article, you're doing a video. Regina's doing videos. I love it. Waylon, you're doing a vlog now. I love it. If you're doing these videos, these are words that sell. And what I mean by they're words that capture attention. So I pulled up just a few pages here. Okay. So I like to hit on the left-hand side. Success starts with blank. The blank that works as hard as you do. These are just, I mean, you'll read some of these and go, oh my goodness, sounds like a commercial. Yes. These are what people that write commercials, these ad writers are using. And so you can just read through these I love this on the bottom right here. Believe it or not, ... You're in for a pleasant surprise. If you're like most people, there's a lot of power in those words. If you're like most people, why is that powerful? Because people normally want to join the bandwagon. Nobody wants to go to war by themselves, but people will do what other people do. If you're like most people, and then you tell them what they probably do. If you're like most people, you probably want to get out of debt. If you're like most people, you probably want to lose a few more pounds. If you're like most people, and then you tell them what your solution is. And now, again, we're not talking, a lot of this is not talking one-on-one, can be, but a lot of this is going to be in print, video, etc. And so you have the experience here the opportunity here to experience some of the best words by high-level copywriters that have been written. So, again, pick up the book, Unconscious Trigger Words. Now, this is the point of this call. Unconscious trigger words. Trigger words activate emotional areas of the mind, and they move people emotionally. Couple things. You cannot listen when you talk, and you have to ask questions to get them to talk. That is the most important. If you're in sales and you're doing most of the talking, you're not truly serving them. There's a time to talk, but there's a time also to listen. So those who are in the coaching course, we use criteria-based questions. So if somebody come to me and they said, hey, Wayne, I want to start a ministry. And they came to me as a coach. Then we would really, one of the things we'd ask them, why? What's most important to you in starting a ministry? Why is that important? And we would listen. Okay. The key word here is listen. If you can record this, even better. So you can go back and you can take notes. And I'll show you what I can show you without showing personal information to people. Okay, let me cover that bottom part up. I have notes here from this person I talked to. I have notes here. It's not always fancy. It's not just a piece of paper. What I have notes when I talk to them. And what I'm listening to is what they tell me they want, but my most important part of the call is listening for their words. What do their words tell me? What do their words tell me? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to role play. I want you to find someone that you can, and Wendy, we were talking this earlier, maybe it's a one-on-one like this, or maybe it's a family member, maybe it's a client. And I want you to pick a topic. It doesn't matter what the topic is. So Waylon, it could be maybe for you and Dawn is something that's going on in your life. For Dawn, it could be what's most important to you about music ministry. Why is that so important? And listen for the words. Now, here's the key. Most people will give you surface level words. What's important to you, and they'll tell you. I'm not going to give Dawn's answers, but they will give you words that matter, and it probably really does to them. And you write them down. I always tell people if I'm face to face, say, look, I'm going to take a few notes, okay? I want to make sure I can fully serve you, so I'm going to take a few notes. What notes do I take? I write down what they say. Then we find a place of agreement, and we'll talk about that later. An agreement frame on another call, an agreement frame where we can talk. Okay, great, I get that. Okay. Earlier you said Earlier, you said 3 powerful words. Earlier, you said this was important to you about ministry. And you repeat back their words. Okay? Earlier, you said this was important about ministry. Why is that important? And what you're doing, for those who've gone through the course, you know what I'm doing there. I'm eliciting a deeper state of criteria. Then next, this is when it goes from surface level closer into the heart. Listen for the words. Write those words down. We're trying to get from vague generalizations to true heart. We're trying to get from something tangible they can put their hands on to something that's emotional. Then I listen. Then I get some more words. Then I can say, listen, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. Earlier you said this, and then you said this, and I just repeat back both of those. But why is that important? Ultimately, what's most important? You're listening for their keywords. Now, usually you'll get 2 or 3 keywords at the time you go 3 levels deep. 2 or 3 keywords. Now, you don't want to go right back and say, wow, great, you said safety and comfort. That's exactly what we offer with our program. You don't want to do that. You want to take and note those words, you write them down, make a mental note, and then you want to ask them, talk in areas about that. Criteria is emotional. They share the emotions through words. Their words, when they hear them spoken back to them, when they hear them spoken back to them, will activate the same emotional states. So this is really important. Their words spoken back to them. We want to match and mirror that. We want to speak if they, and usually I can tell, and some of you I've been on the phone with and told you, I said, now I'm hearing the truth. I can hear when you got the energy level up. It's like, this is important, this is important. Then all of a sudden, the energy level comes up, the voice comes up, and like, now we're hitting something. So write this down. Criteria is emotional. They share those emotions through words. They share their emotions through words. Using their secret words over and over. So their power words, their criteria words, can be used in sales presentations. If you're selling them coaching, it can be used when you're coaching the person, if you are a coach, and make sure to use their words in every email, every follow-up, every phone call, every text message. So if somebody, and I'll give you an example, without sharing. Today I had a person and we went through this level, and we didn't go much deeper than this one word. There was two words. Their words were status and fear. They wanted to learn this coaching. They wanted this program because they had a fear, and that fear actually come back from having a lot of failed businesses, etc. And they wanted to overcome this fear and have a high status. Now, a high status, and look at me, ego-driven, it's not the highest level. But in the first coaching session, this is as deep as we could get. Okay? So, that's the words. Now, I don't want to text this person back tomorrow and go, hey, I know you've had some fear in the past and you're really trying to get to another status. So let me help you. But I can say, when you come on board with us, one of the things you're really going to recognize is how some of the pain and stuff of the past is going to simply not hold on to you the way it did. And people are going to begin to, that's fear, and people are going to begin to see you for the professional you are, the status. Does this make sense? So I'm not using their exact same words, but I am using their words. I'm using it in a context. So I'm helping them. If you come on board, we can overcome the thing of the past, and we can really help you. So what does status mean? What does status mean? Now, you have to ask them because status may mean something else. But we went one coaching level with this person. So use their words when you're doing a phone call, when you're following up with them. Then it's not our words. It's not what's important to us. It's what is important to them. So I want you to do something. I want you to think about the word financial freedom. Financial freedom. And I'm going to ask, let's see if I can do this. How are we going to do this? I'm going to ask you, Oops. Okay. I'm going to ask you to just, in the chat box, type out what financial freedom means to you. What does financial freedom mean to you? And listen, don't get too complicated with it. Just a quick little, hey, this is what it means to me, Wayne. This is what it means to me, financial freedom. And type, don't look because somebody else may be typing. I want you to just put your own meaning in there. If you heard the word financial freedom, what does it mean to you? Okay, so let me give you an example. A few years ago, somebody came to me, they wanted some counseling. It was a husband and wife, and we were doing counseling at the same time. A little counseling, a little coaching, and they both kept using this word, financial freedom. But I want to make sure they were on the same page, because that word is very vague. That word saying, I know what it means to me, but does it mean that to somebody else? Are you with me? Okay. So what I did was ask them, what does that word mean to you? So here's what the wife said. The wife said, and first of all, I had to separate them. So I talked to the wife first, and I talked to the husband. They had a business. The wife said, well, for me, financial freedom means we sell the business. We're still in our 40s. We can travel. I can go get a real sunburn for once in my life. I can enjoy life. We'll be able to sell the business for literally several $1 million. And if we invest properly, we can live off the interest and never have to go back to work. Great. That sounds great. That's her vision of this word, financial freedom. Separate them. The husband said, well, financial freedom means hire a partner. So we can, so he can help. We can bring in more clients, but I can take a little more time off and travel. But he wanted to do ministry. She wanted to get a sunburn. Is it making sense? Loving couple. They were not coming to me because they were in trouble in their marriage. They were just coming for advice, trying to go to the next level. But they had two different meanings for the same word, financial freedom. So how are they going to ever go to that next level? Okay, so here's what I want you to do. And I said I was going to try to keep this 30 minutes tonight. And I'm going to be a little over. So assignment number 1, I want you to listen to your own trigger words. I want you to sit down with somebody, and I want somebody to ask you what's important to you. What's important to you, Waylon, in your vlog, in your journey? What's important to you in a new career? What's important to you, Regina, about building this lifetime residual income? What's important to you, Wendy, about coaching? What's important to you that you're watching this? You're watching this right now. What's important to you about something? And have somebody ask, or ask yourself. Now, this may sound silly, but don't try to write it down. You think too much. If you're asking yourself, you turn on a voice recorder. And you go, well, what's important to me is this, blah, 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 blah. And you notice the words. And then you say, now what's important about those? And you go back, listen for your own trigger words. Take note of them, and then describe what they mean to you. Describe what they mean to you. Okay? Assignment number 2, if you have not joined, you're watching this, you have not joined our coaching program, then you need to jump on board. So join, get your certification program. Our new client attraction course is coming out, and that'll be part of the program. And my personal goal is everyone that jumps on board. I want to work with you on these Wednesday night calls. I want to work with you through the program. I want to get everybody to $10,000 a month as fast as possible. Let me tell you something. There's something about when you're at that level, you're truly helping people, but also listen, everybody has different financial needs. We talked about words and what they need, but $10,000 a month is something that's obtainable in coaching and truly changes your life. So let's get you there. So if you haven't yet, real quick sales pitch, go to letmeintoday.com. Letmeintoday.com. This bypasses the webinar, the sales pitch, all of this goes straight to the order page. Okay? I want to have you jump on board with us. Let me help you. Now, here's one thing I want you to notice, and please take notice of this. See the little red arrow? There's Coaching the Unconscious exclusive. It's $3,500. This course is talking about using linguistics, language, and some other things to bypass the conscious field and go directly to the unconscious, so you can persuade, influence, and help transform people's lives without all of the conscious barriers, without all of the nonsense. So it's really, this isn't being taught, period. This is not being taught out there in the world today. It's something I do. I do it naturally. I do it unconsciously now, and I'm going to teach you how to consciously do it and how to unconsciously do it. It's $3,500. Do not click that button. If you go to letmeintoday.com, it's going to allow you to click that button. Do not click that button, because if you're watching it on this webinar, if you're watching this, as long as it's still on there, so if you're watching this in the future and it's gone and it's just too late because I'm not going to offer this forever, then I'm going to give that to you free. So if you are a student of mine now, watch for your emails as they start being released. If you want to come on board, now's your chance. So I'm very bold in this, guys. I know what we have here. I know what we have here when it comes to this. So go to Life Coach Lifestyle or Let Me In Today and join us. Okay, so what I want to do is now, that was easy, that was fast. I think I got it in 30 minutes. So let's look at some of the chats. Waylon, being able to support my family without fear. That's what financial freedom means. Love it. Regina, financial freedom means debt-free and ability to retire my husband. Wendy, more than enough money to live in a really nice house, travel I won't, give money to the kids and grandchildren. See, I love this. So here's what I want you to do, guys. I want you to take those messages, and I want you, I'll say, Waylon, if I can, not now, but I want you to think about why is it important to you to support your family without fear? What does it look like? And why is that important? Regina, why is it important to get your debt paid off? And why is it important to retire your husband? Wendy, why is it important? Travel. Where would you go? Why would you do? Giving money to kids and grandkids. You got a great heart for family anyway. I know that. Why? Why is that important to you? And it's not for me. I want you, and don't answer here. This is something for you to do, for you to go in and start looking and going deeper. Does this make sense? So I'm going to do something real quick. We're going to take 5 more minutes, and I'm going to unmute everyone. If you need to mute yourself back, you can. Okay, looks like Regina, are you able to answer some questions, or Wendy, either one of you?
Sure.
Regina.
Yes.
Okay, so let's take 2 seconds. Let's take a few minutes and do this. What would you say is most important about supporting or being able to retire your husband? I've heard you say that before, so I know that's really important to you. Why is that important?
Because, over the we've been married 27 years, and he has always been a wonderful supporter of our family. And he had his own business, and when I was diagnosed with cancer, he closed that and stepped out in faith and absolutely trusted God to take care of us, because he felt God was telling him to be home with me to help me through the chemotherapy and different things. And just, the years of work have worn down, and I want him to be able to enjoy life. God's given me a second chance at life. I've decided to live my best life, but I want him to have the ability to live his best life as well.
Okay. Good. Guys, Waylon, Wendy, did you hear some words in there? Started off from a why, but then the words. Here's a couple words. And I would go deeper if we were doing a real coaching session. And we have, Regina, but let's just take this. Some words I heard were enjoy life, best life, second chance. And so enjoy life, best life, second chance. Think about this. So if I were doing this with Regina, I'd say, Regina, that's honorable. And I find a place of agreement. It's honorable. It's great. And it is. It's honorable. He did that. That's so much. Let me ask you, though. So let's go one more level deep, Regina.
Okay.
For him to be able to enjoy life and have the best life. Why is that important? Why is having the best life important to you and to your husband?
I'm going to go from a biblical point of view. In John 10:10, Jesus said that the enemy comes only to steal and kill and destroy. But Jesus came that we may live life and life more abundant. And I don't think we've always grasp what that looks like. We always think about receiving our inheritance from God after we die and get to heaven. But he didn't say we had to die and go to heaven to get it. We can get it now. And I want to experience what the word promises.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I always tell people eternity starts when you receive Christ, not when you die.
That's right.
It's a different realm that we're going to transition into. Earlier you said he took a chance. He stepped out on faith, and you want to give him that second chance of life. You want to retire him. You want to have the best life and have it now, not when you pass away. And so why is having that now? Why is having that freedom that you're out of debt, he's not having to work, you're able to have life together more? Why is that important to you?
Because I love him.
Okay. So I'm going to stop here. We're 3 levels deep. We could go 7 levels deep, but you'd be crying. I'd probably be crying. And the time's sake, we're not going to do it. 3 levels usually gets down. How many heard when she said, because I love him? There was commitment there. That was emotional. So let's assume this is one of my first conversations with Regina. We talk about coaching. We talk about what we can do. We talk about whatever product or service I'm trying to help Regina with. Understand it doesn't have to be coaching. This could be I'm trying to sell them life insurance. Or this could be I'm trying to sell them a nutritional program. I'm trying to help them in whatever area. I'm ministering to them. I'm their pastor, whatever. But now what I would do with Regina, this would be in my file. Life now, enjoy life, promises, John 10:10, all of that would be in there. And then at the end, love husband, love him. And see, Regina, what I'm hearing though, is you have absolutely love for the Father in heaven, and you have absolute love for your husband on earth.
Yes.
So so think about this. If I can show you as your coach, as the one trying to sell you something, if I can show you how to have a greater relationship with your Heavenly Father or a greater relationship with your husband and fulfill those promises that your husband's wanting, then is there any reason you wouldn't do what I ask you to do? Of course not.
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever. So that's my point, guys. Learning these trigger words isn't about how we can manipulate somebody. It's how we can truly serve that person. If we can truly...
If I can interject just a minute, Wayne. I followed Wayne for a long time before I reached out and talked to him about coaching. I knew God was leading me towards coaching. I researched several other schools, and one of the questions Wayne asked me was, why this school? Why at IACCC? And in talking with him, there was an immediate connection, because even though I spoke with women from the other schools, those women had one thing in common. After they became coaches, they divorced their husbands. And I loved my husband. I didn't want that to be a criteria for coaching. And so Wayne's values lined up with my values, and there was that connection there. And y'all, I immediately signed up with him. But I did it after I downloaded the free book. Wayne, you're going to have to help me remember the name of it.
Yeah, Life Coach Use, lifecoachlifestyle.com.
Yeah, I downloaded that. I devoured that book, and then I called Wayne.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, Regina. And what you just said, and I do appreciate that, but it's our values lined up. The reason you knew our values lined up is because I asked questions. Why? You have to ask people. And so let's look at another. Is it always talking about how to persuade, how to sell? Let's talk about when your values don't line up. I'm on the phone with a gentleman today, and he's telling me his story. And I had to tell him, listen, and we're talking about a $20,000 coaching program. It's a lot of money. But I had to tell them, you do not qualify to work with us. Now, he cussed me out. He hung up on me. Bad is bad. So, listen, it happens in anything. Coaching too. But the point was, I had to tell them, you do not qualify to work with us. You're not coachable. You're egotistical. What's important to you, none of that lined up. So I'm not going to waste my time. Life coach, lifestyle. Okay? We want to have a lifestyle we enjoy. And if I can't help someone, then I need to know, and they need to know real quick. And that's the reason I'm telling you this. And when you start asking people what's important, you're going to realize really quick if that matters to them or not. If you are what they need. So words that persuade and words that sell are also words that sort and convince, if you go back to last week. So we know where we're at. So Regina, thank you very much, because that's what's important to you. Wendy, are you available to take 2 minutes?
Yep.
Awesome. So Wendy, let's talk about you. I know you have a great love for your family. And I know that from the ministry side. And so let's talk about this, though, because you said more than enough money to live in a nice house, travel, give money. So we got 3 different areas there. So if for time's sake, I'm not going to go through all 3. If we were really coaching, I would go through all 3 of those. So, but let me ask you, why is it important for you to have enough money for the home, for the travel, to give money? Why is that important? Having that abundance, why is that important to you?
Just to be able to enjoy seeing new things, going new places. I would want a new house because I don't think I'd want to fix an old one.
Yeah.
And for the kids, I wouldn't want them to have to worry. Like, I'd want to provide what they would need and be able to explore and live their life and invest in the things that they want to do without hustling for the money to do it.
Yeah. Okay. So I love that. Especially the new things, the new house, something you haven't experienced before, travel, going to places you have never seen. I love that. Let's talk about your children and why is it important to you, if you had to say, why is it important that they don't worry about or having to hustle to just get by or get the money? Why is that important to you about your children?
Because I feel like when you don't have enough, you can feel like you aren't worthy of that. Like I feel like not having enough money, can make you just not confident and feel as valuable. And yeah.
It's almost like they have a misguided identity because of a lack of resources.
Right. Yeah.
So way they feel is definitely, somebody's feelings obviously is important. So if you had to say, Wayne, this is why I don't want them to feel that way. Why is it so important that they have that identity or that they feel worthy? Why is that important to you?
Because I think if they have that confidence and worthiness, that they'll step out and do more with their life and have the courage to do more things.
Such as, curious, what would you say? Why is that important? What could you see them doing, or what could you see them if money was not an issue?
I'm just going to the school that they'd want to go to, or I guess things like that. Building a business or I don't know. I guess like I've had money and I've not had money, so I know both sides, and I guess not having it can be a good learning thing, but I don't think that it's very good either, you know?
Yeah. So Wendy, let me ask you, if there was a way to truly have the money so you could buy the new house, you could set aside money for your children, help them start a business, help them get into the best schools, if there was a way to take all of the worries in life and just kind of push them away, would you want to know more about it?
Yes.
Absolutely. See, and see, Wendy, what I heard there with Wendy was she started slowing down. It was a little harder to answer, but it was getting deeper. And I don't know if y'all heard that or not. We went about 4 levels deep. We could have went about 3 levels deeper, probably, with time's sake. And, you know, if it wasn't as private, if it was more private than a public webinar, thousands of people could see. Mm-hmm. So, but my point there is, if I took these notes like I did with Wendy, what do I hear here? I heard enjoy new places, new things. She don't want to fix up the old house. She wants to say new house. So if I come to Wendy, and then of course there's the emotional part of the children, but let's talk about the very first part. If I come to Wendy and said, Wendy, I can make your life better. I've got a better exercise plan. I've got a better financial plan. I can improve. Let me rephrase it. If I can improve something, she doesn't want an improved house. She wants a new house. She doesn't want to get improved vacation. She wants to go somewhere she's never been before. She wants children to go to schools they've never been before, start businesses they've never. She is a towards motivated. She wants to go towards new. So if that was Wendy was your prospective client, you don't show her something better. You show her something new. Does that make sense? You know, and one of the things about universal language is people want new. New is a powerful word, but for Wendy, it's more than just a powerful word. It's an emotional word. And so these are very important. I'm asking I'm just asking what a coach would ask, but I'm taking notes. Now, when we finish talking, then I jump over into my notes section and I make notes of this. So when Wendy, let's talk about coaching for a second. Wendy's like, Wayne, I give up. I can't do this. It's not working. I can say, wait a minute. And we can bring back what she wants, her dream. Here's why it's worth the effort. Here's why you're doing what you're doing. And because sometimes we forget our own reasons, but now we've got it deeper. And again, guys, we're doing this quick. In the course, I teach you how to go deeper. And instead of going 3 levels deep, go 7 levels deep. Really get there with Dawn and Waylon and Wendy and Regina all get together and just go deep, deep, deep until, you know, you go, I don't know why that's important. I mean, it just is. You know, when you're like, that makes no sense. I told you why it's important. I've had people say that. I just told you this is why it's important. Then wait, because there's something deeper. There's something deeper. And when that real level comes out, then you can really help that person. So, couple of homework assignments. If you're watching this and you're not a coach, letmeintoday.com. Go ahead and join. I'm not going to sit here and try to give you a big long sales pitch. It is affordable. It'll change your life. If you have not yet, now is the time to join. If you want to read our book first, or you want to read the book after you join, lifecoachlifestyle.com. Wayne, I want you to help me. 910-233-2511. I'm a real person. I really answer my phone. Here it is, almost 10 o'clock, and you can see I'm getting voicemails and text messages like crazy since I've been on the phone with you. So I answer my phone. If I don't answer it, I'll call you back. So let's work together. Let's, Wendy, Regina, Waylon, everyone has jumped on live, and the ones that are watching this, after the fact, I want to say thank you all for jumping on with us. prosperwithwayne.com. So I'm giving you a lot of stuff to do. I'm giving you letmeintoday.com. That's if you're ready to go ahead and you're a real self-starter, jump on board the coaching program. It's 9 weeks, full certification, plus all of the bonuses, plus the client attraction, plus coaching the unconscious. And you're going to be able to do these weekly calls with me one-on-one like this. We're going to do more strategies about building your business. Also, if you want to read the book, lifecoachlifestyle.com. And then prosperwithwayne.com. So prosperwithwayne.com. Give me 1 second. I just want to show you. That is our new site. So we are working on it now. So everything is not full and fully working, but it should be pretty close. So let me share the screen one more time if I can. Okay. So if you can see that, Become a Wealthy Coach. This is our program. And so here you can learn how to get certified, personal coaching, on-site certification. If anybody wants to actually come visit us here, you can pick up the book here. This is what we were talking about, the Life Coach U-book. You can get the book. You can register. Come train with me here in Wilmington. Here's our blog. And so these are different videos. All of our blogs are done by video. So you can go and pick that up too. So I just want to show you the website real quick and be sure to grab a hold of that. Spend some time there. If you'll just jump down into the blog and just go through these, I think you'll be absolutely blown away with some of the information in there. So, and we also, let me jump back, we have our podcast, and a lot of our podcasts are going to be also here in the blog. But we're here for you. My point is, I want to work with you. I want to see you successful. I want to see you, whatever that number is, whatever your number, if it's 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 a month, if it's 2,000 a month, but helping people, that's what I'm here about. That's what we're going to do. So, guys, I've enjoyed being on with you. I knew I would not get this done in 30 minutes. That's okay. Check our YouTube channel for the recording. And again, I look forward to having y'all on. Thank you so much. If you have any feedback, good, bad, I don't care, 910-233-2511. Shoot me a text message. And I look forward to hearing from you. God bless.